Have you ever wondered about the story behind your morning cup of coffee? It's a tale that spans centuries, continents, and cultures. And it all starts in the ancient coffee forests on the Ethiopian plateau. Legend has it that a 9th century goat herder named Kaldi discovered coffee after noticing that his goats became so energetic after eating the berries from a certain tree that they didn't want to sleep at night. Kaldi reported his findings to the abbot of the local monastery, who made a drink with the berries and found that it kept him alert through the long hours of evening prayer. The abbot shared his discovery with the other monks, and the knowledge of these energizing berries began to spread. Word of this magical fruit moved east, and by the 15th century, coffee was being cultivated and traded in the Arabian Peninsula. The first coffee houses, known as kavakani, appeared in cities across the Near East. These coffee houses quickly became centers of social activity, where people would gather to drink coffee, listen to music, play chess, and exchange news. They were so important that they were often called schools of the wise. The Arabian Peninsula was fiercely protective of its coffee monopoly. For a long time, they wouldn't allow fertile coffee seeds to leave the country. Any beans that were exported were either boiled or roasted to prevent them from being grown elsewhere. But, as with any valuable commodity, it was only a matter of time before someone broke the rules. That someone was a pilgrim from India named Baba Budan, around the year 1600. He smuggled 7 fertile coffee seeds out of Mecca by strapping them to his stomach. He planted them in the hills of Chikmagalur in southern India, and from these 7 seeds, a new coffee empire began to grow. This single act of smuggling broke the Arabian monopoly and paved the way for coffee to spread across the globe. By the 17th century, coffee had made its way to Europe and was becoming popular across the continent. European travelers to the Near East brought back stories of this unusual dark black beverage. At first, some were suspicious, calling it the bitter invention of Satan. The local clergy in Venice even condemned it. The controversy was so great that Pope Clement VIII was asked to intervene, decided to taste the beverage for himself before making a decision. He found the drink so satisfying that he gave it papal approval, quipping that they should cheat the devil by baptizing it. With the Pope's blessing, coffee houses started popping up all over Europe. In England, they were called penny universities, because for the price of a penny, a person could buy a cup of coffee and engage in stimulating conversation with the great minds of the day. These establishments were crucial to the age of Enlightenment, fostering creativity and intellectual debate. In fact, many famous institutions like Lloyd's of London actually started out as coffee houses. The Dutch also played a major role in spreading coffee. They were the first to begin large-scale cultivation outside of Arabia. They secured seedlings in the late 1600s and established plantations in their colonies in Java, which is now part of Indonesia. This is why we sometimes call coffee Java. From there, they expanded their cultivation to Sumatra and Celebes. But how did coffee get to the Americas? Oh, this is another fascinating chapter in its history. In 1714, the mayor of Amsterdam presented a gift of a young coffee plant to King Louis XIV of France. The king ordered it to be planted in the Royal Botanical Garden in Paris. A few years later, a young naval officer named Gabriel Declus was stationed in Martinique, a French colony in the Caribbean. He envisioned creating coffee plantations there. After much persistence, he managed to secure a seedling from the king's plant. His journey across the Atlantic was treacherous. He faced pirates, storms, and even a jealous fellow passenger who tried to sabotage the precious plant. Water was rationed, and Declus shared his own limited water supply with the seedling to keep it alive. His efforts paid off. The plant not only survived but thrived in the Caribbean climate. From this one seedling, it's believed that over 18 million coffee trees grew on Martinique over the next 50 years. This single plant was the parent of most of the coffee trees throughout the Caribbean, Central, and South America. And that brings us to Brazil. In 1727, the Brazilian government wanted a piece of the coffee market. They sent a charismatic colonel, Francisco de Melo Palhita, on a diplomatic mission to French Guiana, supposedly to resolve a border dispute. His real mission was to obtain coffee seedlings. The French, however, were not willing to share. But Palhita had a secret weapon, his charm. The story goes that the French governor's wife was captivated by Palhita. It's a farewell gift. She presented him with a bouquet of flowers. Hidden inside were enough coffee seeds to start what would become the world's largest coffee empire. Brazil is now the biggest coffee producer on the planet, a title it has held for more than 150 years. From a goat herder's discovery in Ethiopia to the bustling coffee houses of Arabia, the daring smugglers who spread it, and the colonial powers who planted it across the globe, the history of coffee is a rich and complex brew. Today, it's the second most traded commodity in the world after oil, and billions of cups are enjoyed every single day. Every time you sip your favorite latte, espresso, or cold brew, you're taking part in a tradition that's been centuries in the making. It's a global story of adventure, innovation, and connection. So the next time you hold that warm mug, take a moment to appreciate the incredible journey those beans have taken to get to your cup. Thanks for joining me on this caffeinated trip through history. If you found this story as fascinating as I do, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more amazing stories. What's your favorite way to drink coffee? Let me know in the comments below. See you next time.